supposedly, but the federal intelligence agency don't want to waste. So like I said, like they're so obsessed with people like you or stuff.
It's so weird, dude. It's mostly coming from the entertainment industry. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of these guys that are involved in like Alan Beckwith or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Apparently, there's a celebrity that's now an IP2 streamer. Rick Perry was
Really.
talking about it. I have to look at his name. I think.
Uh,
Let me see if the stream's up. Please check your resolution. Dude, isn't Gucci's an example of like something just like almost an abomination? She's so typical of a modern woman, dude.
let's just really about it.
Well, she's so representative of Western women today.
Uh, well, I mean, to be fair, Western women have been, it really for them, the big thing, besides stuff, right? This is kind of the soul doctrine, and that's kind of their, like, their appeal to that, as a reason why, oh, it is like my soul,
Didn't Aleister Crowley wasn't he a big feminist or neo-feminist?
uh, I believe, so it's been a while since I've researched anything on him, but it wouldn't surprise me, considering again, soul doctrine, I suppose.
Yeah, it obviously derives from the soul doctrine. So who's this celebrity that's
Mm-hmm.
on IP2? Dude, I have not I have not been on IP2 in forever. And then all of a sudden these guys from like Alchie Boone's circle are coming on my chat. Um where's it at? Operation Mockingbird. That was after World War II. Dr. Timothy Leary, a CIA trained agent. The state has an ingenious system. Clones. Nick Fuentes is definitely an agent. He's Roman
Mm-hmm.
Catholic.
Yeah.
He's Latino, and he's gay, too.
Mm-hmm.
He's openly bi.
Yeah.
He's a lot like Ryan Falk. Do you know who Ryan Falk is?
Mm-hmm. I've heard the name, but I haven't really, I guess, researched or seen the names. Mm-hmm.
He's the alternative hypothesis. Like, a lot of these
Okay.
guys that are in America First are openly gay. Like, Nick Fuentes is a big example.
Yeah.
Where's this guy?
But Andrew Anglin, former alt-right guy, he's a big-time Nick Fuentes supporter.
Andrew Anglin?
Mm-hmm.
He's a neo-Nazi America First guy, if I
Yeah.
got it right.
Well, he's kind of really supposedly he distanced himself from a lot of the figures, and he's trying to make himself more like I don't know, like some type of ace, flag, calf, American. But I mean, most of that, like I said, if you read the book by Hoffman, the whole Renaissance of Rome, it's like, Hermeticism and Neoplatonism have been kind of a thing ever since like 1500s. Like Roman Church had quite a lot of problems. So it's like, when you say you're a track cat, it's like, well, what do you really mean by it? And what type of Catholicism are you talking about?
I think this goes a lot deeper than just Catholicism. The Jesuits hate traditional
Yeah, I know.
Catholicism.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was just saying, like, the book by I was just saying, like, there was a lot of, like, Semitic influences even going back to, like, the 1500s in the papacy and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Well, have you ever heard of the Great Schism?
Is that a book or?
It was the Great Schism of the Church in the early 15th century. There's like three popes, and they all excommunicated.
Oh yeah, I remember learning about that. Yeah, history books.
Yeah. It was kind of an early form of the Reformation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you didn't actually. I think I was reading. I think with the modern, like the modern depiction of Jesus, I think was actually based off of a was it Pope or President Basilio's son or something. I didn't know that. That's pretty interesting.
The Bible says that Jesus did not have long hair. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's really hard to tell what he looked like because there's no photographs or depictions besides frescoes, Roman frescoes, and
Yeah, I mean, I always thought that Orthodox mosaic you see from time to time, where it's kind of, I guess his face is a bit more long, but I always thought, well, I guess that's kind of pretty funny. Because it looks kind of Semitic.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he was Semitic. Like,
That's what I'm saying now.
there's no doubt that he was Semitic, dude. But he rejected
Yeah.
the Canaanite woman.
Yeah. Well, of course, the modern Christians, they'll always try to say, well, no, that's actually not what he was doing. And he was playing games with the disciples. But at that point, it's like, you're really not just simply believing what the text says. You're kind of, you're playing like all these games with the text, trying to fit in some type of, your understanding or whatnot.
Yeah. Well, I think that device that's outside my back porch, I think that's just a speedometer for checking if people are like going too fast on the back roads.
Yeah.
But it does look pretty weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, the only time, like, for me, like, I got harassed one time in the Forum Stoics chat by people threatening, like, docs, because I guess, well, they were threatening him, I was just supporting him, and they got mad at me, but that's really the only sort of agencies going to anything on your face person.
Yeah, exactly, dude. What happened, dude? Did they hit you? Did they try to hurt you or what?
No, I was probably just verbal threats, that's all.
Dude, this country and this society is so bent up on the Bill of Rights and founding fathers and libertarianism and stuff, and don't intread on my freedoms. It's so retarded, bro. I have to say.
Well, yes. I mean, the Old Testament even, like, Christians say, oh, sex is between one man and one woman. It's kind of a universal thing they apply, but, like, in the Old Testament, got Chinese and the many. So, like, well, look, clearly in the Torah, God did not approve of that because they weren't a part of the covenanted community. It's like, the Torah, it's more than just some general universalism,
Oh, yeah, absolutely, bro. No, the Bible is against universalism, and I think that's the primary thing that we need to try to do is get the Bible back from these people, get our culture and our institutions back. Fight back.
Well, I mean, honestly, Annabelle's son is an interesting personality. I would agree with him, like, trying to build, like, your own community outside, like, to me, that's something a goal to work for. It's like, well, I'm trying to, try to save up money and try to do something like that in the future.
Have you ever heard of these houses like they're in New Mexico and they're like they're made in such a way where the water and stuff is all natural, like it's from rainwater,
Oh, that sounds interesting.
and like all of the electricity is solar power, and you only pay land taxes, and you grow your
Wow,
own
that's
vegetables and fruits.
hmm. Well, I mean, as I said, that's as far as in the future. It's like for groups like this, like, well, there's just no way like you can salvage anything in the church or society. Because I mean, the church doesn't even really teach the Bible. It teaches the Bible plus for metaphysics.
Well, they started to put metaphysics in there, like with Ammonius Saccus, and
Yeah. He was actually, I think I was reading the history, he was actually born a Christian into a Christian family. He later reverted back to paganism.
wasn't Constantine like what was that cult that was from Persia? Um,
Was it the cult of Mithras or something? I mean, I've heard some people mention that before.
his mother was in that cult. Constantine the Great's mother was, and he was also in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was in the cult of Mithras before he converted to Christianity or Chalcedonian Christianity. Hey, what's up, Ghost of Nicola?
Oh, yeah.
Forge gang!
Alright. Orange Gang. What's
up,
Ghost in here?
Forge gang, let's go!
Forge gang! Let's go! What's up, man?
Not much, bro. I saw you streaming, and I saw you streaming earlier, and then I heard you say you were gonna start just a new stream. So I was just popping in. I was listening to y'all talk about the Canaanite woman and stuff, you know. But yeah, I was just calling on, you know, discussion about whatever, you know. I heard you asked what happened with the Dymo, and I mean, Surfer and a bunch of people have done some streams on it that could probably explain it better than me, but I don't know, that Vickers guy was fucking with him or some shit, like calling his mom and his grandma, who's in some like you know, like old person home, like assisted living, I guess. They were calling this old lady, you know, like harassing her and shit. And so Dymo deleted all his videos and deleted his Twitter.
Oh, dude.
That's pretty much what I know.
He's always been a spineless coward, dude. Even Shaggy has more gall than him.
Well, yeah, and like, you know, I don't like Vickers and I don't like Dymo. I don't like either one of them. So, you know, I'm just kind of like, you know, fuck it. I don't really care. A lot of people are pretty upset about it. Like, you know, like they found Dymo entertaining, I guess. I don't know how, but I mean, they did, so.
I didn't like him, dude. He turned on me, bro. And like he why did he turn on me like that? Like, why did he take Shaggy's side, dude?
Well, you know, I think there was some other stuff going on. People talking to him, you know, like I won't mention her name, but I think you know who I'm referring to. You know, a certain Powerpuff Girl. But you know, I don't know. You know.
Yeah. What's up, Jeff Berry? Man, Shaggy lost his job. The daimyo's gone, dude. It's never going to be the same way again.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, like I mean, like he's always blamed you, or I guess Sports Gang and everybody. Like he calls us all pedophiles, you know, because we supposedly called his church and called his job, but then at the same time, he'll do streams talking about, like, oh, well, I got fired, and here's my framed termination letter because I refused to, accept Trinity Jesus or whatever. So, like, he's got two stories. One of the real truth, and the other one's just bullshit. The one being bullshit is, like, Porch Gang got him fired and called his church. That's all bullshit. But it's just like, he's pretty retarded, bro.
He's got to be, man. He's really off edge, dude. But, yeah, I don't think the early Christians were racist or racial supremacists, but I'm pretty sure they understood the differences between tribes and nations. Like, I'm pretty sure that Paul realized, like, all of that.
Yeah, like I was telling you, the whole Moses thing, it's like, you read the book of Joshua, which is mentioned Joshua, and it says, but Moses, I think it says Moses feared the Lord, and he put away his wife for all the kids of his wife.
That was in the book of Jubilees, or the book of Joshua?
The book of Joshua.
I know Joshua is in Joshua, it's mentioned in Joshua, but I didn't think they'd ever really found, like, the authentic version of it, But I don't know.
Yeah, like, the version I was reading, which is, I think it was translated with some, I don't know, rap, some like, Jewish or whatever, like, reading it, like, if you read it, it doesn't really sound like it's going too far from what's being told in Genesis, so I'm like, well, it seems kind of authentic to me.
Yeah, I tried reading it a little bit, and, like, I got to, like, I think, it was, like, Lamech. Lamech killed, Cain, because, like, Lamech is really blind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and, that's as far as I got. But then, like, I guess Lamech would have been cursed, like, 7 times worse than Cain was, And I'm trying to remember, Lamech was, because I remember Surfer did a Bible study a couple weeks ago, and Lamech was mentioned in it, I can't remember what, Lamech, who Lamech was off the top of my head,
Yeah. I think what's really sad is when people, like, somehow, if they just say they believe in the Nephilim theory, but then at the same time they try to, like, espouse some type of universal rights of man, so it's absolutely insane. Like, you believe in the Nephilim doctrine, you can't believe in this, anti-racism stuff.
Yeah, and, like, the thing about, I know it, like, when we say Gentiles, or, in Hebrew, Gentiles is also nations, and you know how, since Hebrew has different words, it depends on the context of the passage or whatever, so sometimes I think in, the Bibles that we have now, like, it's translated into English, stuff is lost in translation in a way, from the original meaning. So, like, sometimes when it's saying Gentiles, it could be referring to, it should have been nations, but when it's saying nations, it should have been Gentiles, so.
Yeah, like, really, like, I think the word Jew is usually, it only refers to the tribe of Judah, but it can also mean anybody, like, if it's in the time of Christ, living in the area of Judea, because, like, I understand a lot of Edomites, a lot of Arabs were living in that area too, so.
Yeah, definitely. And, when I read the Old Testament, like, and, I mean, like, you talk about Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, kind of all them, they're kind of before Judah. They are before Judah, And so, I mean, the Bible refers to those guys as Hebrews. Like, Abraham was never called a Jew. Isaac was never called a Jew. Not until more, New Testament stuff, and it might be in Kings, or Numbers somewhere. Maybe. But yeah, like, it's always just referring to someone that lives in that vicinity, where they're from.
Yeah, and it's like even modern Judaism, like, they don't have Levitical priesthood, and it's like they're influenced, like, Philo, like, a lot by Platonism and stuff too. So. I don't
Yeah,
understand why people think it's like Old Testament religion. It's like, no.
yeah, well, and like like it's just either some people are just willingly ignorant, or they're just being facetious, like or they just don't know the difference between a Jew and a Hebrew,
Yeah.
which I mean that could be racist, I guess, but I mean it is what it is, right?
Yeah, and sometimes too, like the Ethiopian woman, it's like I have to ask you, like, given that they didn't have a world map as we do, was their understanding of that area different than ours?
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering too. It's like, as an Ethiopian back then, does that mean the same thing as it means now?
Well, like I know that it used to be like that it used to be spelled with an A, right? It was like Ethiopians and the Greeks. I forget which Greeks. I think it's what's that dude's name?
Didn't they
I
mix
can't
up
remember
the
his fucking
Midianites?
name.
Aristotle or Herodotus?
Herodotus. There you go. That's the guy's name that I'm looking for. Herodotus. Yeah, he wrote about it, but a lot of people say, "Oh, well, you can't believe what Herodotus says, right? Because he writes about mythological stuff or whatever." But I mean, like, he's writing about stuff in his own way, how people can understand it, I guess. But
well, that's what I'm understanding. Like you're talking about, like, so when the ancients wrote about dragons, for instance, it's like, if you look at the way they describe it, it's clear they were seeing it with their five senses. I'm like, for all these people who claim, oh, I'm going to believe, it's like, I just don't understand. So now you don't believe in what people see with their sensations or something?
Yeah. It's kind of, what's it called? Cognitive dissonance? Something like that. But, yeah, bro, I just want to hop on for a second and shout, Forge
Gang! Let's go! Hard man!
Let's go!
Forge Gang!
But you guys have a good one. Have a good stream.
See you later, man.
Okay.
Peace out. God bless.
All right. Yep. God bless, guys.
All right, God bless.
So,
so I was going to say too, like, the Henry Moss story I told you about, which is in Samuel Smith's, like, kind of Vertoga. It's like, sure, he was born African, but I think he lived in Pennsylvania because he lived in such a patriarchal Christian civilization that upheld actually the Bible says, like, it was actually like his way of life improved, and like supposedly, according to Smith, like he actually reverted back to like albino. And although Smith does say, like, to be fair, in some cases that might be caused by, like, I think he said it's either the heat, and also he mentioned something about bile, which I can't get into because it's pretty racy.
who is this thievius slick idiot? Samuel Smith races. So he was black.
Samuel's, and he reverted, but like, he like his, but I was just saying, like, his skin tone reverted back to like albino.
Wow. Because he lived.
Yes, it's Samuel. Yes. Samuel Stanhope Smith. That's his full name.
So God blessed him with white skin for being obedient.
I wouldn't say it would be blessed him, but rather it was just like, to me, like, that proves that originally they were, like, Africans are actually were to like fair skin, but whether you want to argue it's the environment, the heat, the combination, whatever, it's the same. Like, to me, that proves they originally, man was fair skinned.
Yeah, I mean, well, I believe it. So it was indeed part of the curse of Canaan to have the black skin.
Well, I was going to say too, it's like, people act like, oh, it's so that's good. It's like, I mean, I know offense, but the Irish people were once thought of in America, a lot of them to be like drunks, have a horrible culture. So I always tell people, it's like, it's really more of a culture. It's like, any group of people, if you put them in a stressful or hot environment or environment that's not suitable to living, Plus, they start living in pagan savagery. So Inuit people, Mexican, Anglo-Saxon, over time, they said like they can be evolved or become not good, I suppose, violent, etc.
I don't think this is the guy, Adam Smith Shriver or Shriver. I don't think.
No, it's Samuel Stanhope Smith. It's very obscure, but.
Yeah, his name doesn't show up on the archive.
Stanhope is like Stan and then the word hope, I believe. That's how it's spelled. I wrote a PDF I could DM you or show you a picture.
And he was born black.
Henry Moss, not Samuel Smith, but yeah, Henry Moss. Yes.
Oh, okay, I got it wrong then. He has like a Jesuit hat and uniform on.
No, he was a Presbyterian minister. He wasn't a Darwinist. He was more like I guess a Lamarckian school. So that's why I say like it's a non-Darwinist. He wasn't a Darwinist yet. He was still a Christian, but it just goes to show just how much different the religions are back then from now.
Wasn't it Erasmus Darwin that actually started a lot of that crap about the social Darwinism?
I don't know, but I do know like Charles Galton Darwin. I think he was the mentor of Julius Huxley, I believe. He was one of Darwin's nephews. I've seen Rick mention Galton or others a couple of times.
Bertrand Russell or Aldous Huxley? I think Aldous Huxley studied under Bertrand Russell, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I do know that, like I said, Galton is kind of the name in conspiratorial circles. I've heard he was he wrote the book The Next Million Years. He's one of Darwin's nephews.
Essay on the Causes of the Variety, Complexion, and Figure of the Human Species.
Is it Samuel Smith?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, that's probably would be it. It says Samuel Smith, Presbyterian minister.
Yeah, it's 419 pages, or this edition is. It's 18.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Henry Moss part is really what struck me as a lot.
So he was a Lamarckian. What did he think about
survival? Yeah, he was there.
What did he think about survival of the fittest?
You're kind of cutting out. I didn't hear.
What did he think about survival of the fittest?
Well, like I said, I don't think he was. I don't think he was a Darwinian, so I'm not sure if he ever addressed that. But just going off speculation, I would probably say he would probably adopt more of a biblical model of things rather than all just.
Most Protestants were not anti-Semites, though. At least not until the mid-19th century.
Yeah, but I want to ask too. It's given that the Jews intermix everywhere with the Arab and Hamitic populations in the Middle East, it's are those negative characterizations people get? What was are those because of the Arab admixture? It's of the blood, or because I was wondering if the Jews before that they had any of those same people described them as such.
Who is Nahar or Nahar from Sumer? The god of Abraham.
Nahar?
Yeah, the god of Abraham and the god of Nahar. the God of their father, judge between us. So Jacob swore by the fear of his father Isaac. So
I think Nahor was one of Abraham's ancestors.
well, it says grandfather Nahor and grandfather Abraham.
And his grandfather. Yes, his grandfather.
I think it was probably an ancestor between Shem and Abraham, or Abram.
Mm-hmm.
If Shaggy wants to debate after I read the Book of
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I was good. I was clearing my throat.
What about the Jaredites? Like, allegedly, the Jaredites went to the Americas after the Tower of Babel.
You know, the Jaredites were like a tribe or something, or
They're from the Book of Mormon. They're never mentioned in
Book of Mormon.
Yeah, it probably did not actually happen.
Yeah. That's something I would know. I read research books. This is not in the Bible, then it's kind of, you know.
Have you ever heard of the mound builder myth?
No, that's actually the first time I heard you mention it.
So allegedly there is a light-skinned race of people that built these ancient mounds in North America, and they were wiped out by the savage Indians. And this was served as a justification for manifest destiny. Allegedly, I don't know. A lot of people in the Ohio Valley observed these large mounds like Fort Ancient. And even a president actually wrote about it, about this ancient lost civilization in the Americas.
Well, you probably wouldn't hear about that in any mainstream. It's mainstream academics. This is totally.
I don't really think that Hitler was much of a Christian, unfortunately. Maybe he thought of himself as a cultural Christian.
Yeah, well, I know there's supposedly a lot of neo-paganism going on there, so it's kind of, I guess, tough to tell. At least in the Nazi party.
They were into this folkish Wotanism, or like Volkish, this Volkish religion, which was basically Odinism. But that was highly promoted.
Yeah. Like I said, like the same smithing for it, like it's actually a pretty good resource for information.
Does he trace it all back to the different tribes?
Yeah, he was a Presbyterian minister, so he has a biblical, patriarchal view of things, as you could say.
So, yeah, the Presbyterians were very based. They were covenanters. They believed in the solid league and covenant.
Yeah.
Alexander Hoskins spoke pretty highly of them in Vigilantes of Christendom.
Yeah. I was saying that the Presbyterians, like, looking at it, everything seems to be a bit more centered around, I guess, communal based rather than like evangelicalism. It's very individualistic.
Well, after the American Revolution, we abandoned the Solemn League and Covenant and became very individualistic.
Yeah.
Like, we equated private property as equal to God in America.
Well, yeah.
So that was a problem also. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but when did metaphysics really take over the West? Like the Renaissance, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's kind of one of the things that Hoffman was mentioning was there was a lot of Platonic, Neoplatonic ideas kind of floating around that time period.
Yeah, and Hermeticism too.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure Rick probably would know. He was here.
Um, what was that? Saint Thomas Aquinas. You know, he believed that the Bible was only written to be
Mm-hmm.
allegorical. That's a legacy of
Mm-hmm.
Platonism.
Yeah, shoot, actually, I'm reading a history of philosophy. It was actually by Gordon Park. He's Presbyterian, but he does mention something. I forgot what it is, but yeah, I think there's something similar what you said about with Aquinas.
Interesting. But Gordon Clark was a Neoplatonist also himself.
Yeah, I know that's true. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much most Christians are pretty, have been pretty Hellenized for a while.
It's just unfortunate, dude. But there
Yeah.
isn't.
So I mean, Clark is like, I think this is like, like it's just a good book. It's about the history, how the ideas developed and whatnot.
I'll read the history of philosophy. I have one of Gordon Clark's books on philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the name.
Yeah. I think this one's called From Failures to Doing, but it's a pretty good timeline for all the ideas.
What do you think about that mathematician guy that what was his name? Louis C. Klein? He wrote about mathematics and stuff and its relation to how like modern science is just evolved mathematics or something.
You think Klein? Is Morris Klein? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't actually read anything, but if I recall, he was the one saying, like, he was mentioning that mathematics doesn't always have a relation to the things we sense in the physical world. So it's like, two raindrops are like so one raindrop of water and one raindrop of water does not equal like two raindrops of water in the world. He said like math is well, it's very abstract, I suppose.
Which would contradict the scriptures, obviously. But like Moses
Mm-hmm.
divided the tribes into councils of 70s, or had councils of 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And the Levites, they used numbers too. Like the Levites, they understood mathematics as well.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have like Pythagoras and the Pythagorean
Mm-hmm.
what is that called? The Pythagorean stuff, the Pythagorean school.
Mm-hmm.
That's really where a lot of this.
Well, I mean math. Yeah, I mean math is it's kind of a thing humans use as it's a useful tool for systematizing and ordering stuff.
And you can't really systematize the Word of God. Like, that's
Yeah.
dehumanizing it. It would be like dehumanizing or like trying to like make it into like a robotic like thing. It's like bringing
Mm-hmm.
artificial intelligence into the holy word of God, basically, with mathematics
Yeah.
and Neoplatonism.
Mm-hmm. I haven't really studied a lot about mathematics or class. I really like node guns.
But what was like? So basically, it's just basically another form of Platonism. The higher forms of mathematics are.
I mean, I guess you're going to make the argument like it's something that's abstract and like non-corporeal, I suppose, because the number seven doesn't really, you can't really smell or doesn't have like a color or anything. So I suppose if you want to say it's something non-corporeal.
What is this notion like? I've tried to figure out what is this stuff about Aristotelian natural law. Like Aristotle believed that there was an absolute natural law that you had to base everything off of. He also talked about the first mover or the first divine mover of the universe.
Yeah, that's kind of a cosmological argument.
Maybe he was referring to the gods or something because they didn't actually break away completely from the gods, but they were pretty secularist.
I think the basic premise is that like motion can't be infinite. If something is moved by something, it has to like have a causal relationship. Like motion can't be infinite. Like there had to be like a first mover to everything. But that's just the basic thing. I read about that in the history of philosophy, but I have to go back and look at what Aristotle said.
Yeah, yeah. So really, this idea of celestial cosmology is just to debunk the Bible. It's just really trying to be used.
But I would.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, sorry, that's something else. I would also say too that even if you do prove a first mover, it wouldn't exactly tell you that it's the God of the Bible. You just get just a general concept of a deity too.
Yeah, but that could be easily taken out of context. Look at Islam. Islam bases itself upon the biblical God too, or the God of Abraham, and it has little or nothing to do with the Bible.
Well, I was just beginning to say, like, if like you're trying to argue from a God from like a specific biblical revelation like the Bible, I'm saying like the first mover argument will only tell you like just a general description. It wouldn't tell you like the specifics, like okay, like you came to Abraham or he has a plan or the fall or stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, basically, everything that's not in the Bible is just a form of like sorcery and witchcraft and pantheism of some form or some type.
I remember I was church, I remember like pantheism and monotheism used to, some of the scriptures used to say like, those are kind of like the two, one of those like ancient basic forms of religion.
I've heard some people say that Jesus was like a stoic or a cynic. I would say that he would have been closer, his teachings would have been closer to the cynics.
The Stoics were big believers in fate, kind of that.
What do you think about like the Merkaba mysticism and stuff? I don't think that Saint Paul. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't actually. I don't actually. I was so Rick. I chose the first time I was exposed. I don't really know too much. I mean, honestly, like I grew up in like a pretty like conservative Christian, so like, I generally know a lot about the history of the Bible and whatnot in the Bible. But to me, I'm just trying to like expand the other stuff, like kind of like philosophy or not. So like I honestly don't know too much about the common stuff.
I think philosophy is kind of like an extra commentary that helps but should not be considered to be inspired or the word of God. It's fallen human. It's fallen human knowledge. Like it's the same type.
Grammar.
Hey, what's up, James? What's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
It's so
You doing a
good.
live stream here, brother?
Yes, I am, bro.
I didn't get the notification. All right, what are you talking about?
Oh, dude, we're just talking about like the thought forms and stuff about philosophy and how it doesn't relate to the scripture of the Bible. Conservatism, rejecting universalism. Really just random stuff.
Yeah, I've been learning about fucking sand niggers lately and how they're overrunning our country. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
spread their fucking Mohammedan shit, trying to burn down our churches and shit. Government supports it, yeah.
well, we shouldn't. We have to
That's
be
what's happening in
civilized.
England.
Well, we have to be civilized about it. You can't fight barbarians with barbarism, you know.
They're not civilized. You know, they want to go around cutting heads off. I think maybe, we need to compensate adequately.
Well, we do
So it'd
that
be nice
by
if
being
people had that
civilized.
religious, that same zeal, like Christians have that, not in that exact manner, but like the Muslims so dedicated to religion, you just don't see that in the modern church.
Yeah, they're dedicated to burning our churches down, and white people are too busy being gay and embracing communism. You know, not enough whites, want to stand up for themselves. So these Mohammedans, they think we're pushovers. They go around raping our women, burning down our churches,
do, bro.
robbing people, mugging people, forming little gangs and shit. It's not very cool. Yeah, something's got to be done.
Yes, it does. It gotta be made.
Yeah, I mean, they're not the only group, but yeah, they're definitely.
Oh yeah, it's North Africans too. And those fucking Mexicans forming their little narco cliques. Selling drugs to youth.
All those conservatives think like, oh, like Mexicans are like natural born. I was like, I don't know. It's like, I'm sorry, but like they're very tribalistic people. Like, I don't think they're gonna like care about our problems.
Yeah, they come from like illiterate countrysides, in the middle of like the fucking Mexican jungle.
It's just a soul crap again in Christianity. It's like, oh, we all have this divine spark, or they can listen to reasons like, well, that's just like.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, there's no reasoning with these guys. You either lock them up or you deport them. It's like, you don't discipline a child by, giving him more privileges. You take away his privileges.
Yeah. Well, don't you think they can come to Christ as well as much as any white man?
Maybe the African Americans can come to Christ. Maybe the Mexicans can come to Christ. Those Mohammedans, nope. Those North Africans, nope. They're not coming to Christ.
No.
They got a law and they're sticking with that. And they see the gay people, they see all the leftists, and they're like, easy pickings. That's why they're running shit. That's why in Canada they got that fucking Indian with the turban in office. They're running shit now.
We gotta kick them out of our countries, bro, before they collapse, man. Shout out to Bronx Beats! Forge Gang!
At least the Mohammedans, Some of the blacks are fine. Maybe some of those Mexicans are fine. They got their rosaries. They got their Church of Jesus. Those Muslims, definitely not.
Dude. How do we fight them, dude? Like, so many of our men are wimps and spineless.
Well, it's just, unfortunately, it's because there's really no binding among men. It's just this libertarianism, individual sovereignty crap. It's like there's no, like, collective loyalty among us.
oh, we just gotta wait until until they rape enough white women. Then they'll figure shit out. Like, yeah, these guys are fucked.
Some men probably, because they're such cocks, probably would enjoy that, unfortunately.
Dude, Scandinavia and
Yeah, but the
Minnesota,
women won't. Eventually, the women will be like, yeah, guys.
where are the white
That's what I'm
Chads?
thinking of.
Like, where are the freaking white Nazi Chads, bro? Damn.
It's not even Nazis. It's not even. I don't even think National Socialism is the answer. It's not about being a Nazi. It's about making sense.
It's because
It's like during after the American the American Revolution, they deported the extremists and the loyalists and all the people who wouldn't be able to mesh well in a free society. And that's what it's about. These guys can't live in a free society. They can't act civilized. It's not about being a Nazi. It's about making some fucking sense. These guys can't live here.
They're gonna burn down all of our national monuments and destroy the Statue of Liberty, bro. Replace it with like
it's
insane. They want to act like they're in Africa. They can go back to Africa. They want to act like they're in Saudi Arabia. They can go back there.
It's crazy how many I guess there's so many even Christian white women were all for the BLM and all this Muslim. It's just our women are complete traitors to
Yeah, well, they're not in Europe right now. I hear it's real bad down in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm kind of worried about. What's happening down in Europe, that's what's going to happen here in North America.
Right.
Like in Sweden, it's like 60% of the rapes are done by those foreigners.
Mm-hmm.
In Italy, it's like 20%, They just got no self-control. They can't act civilized.
kind of like Reconstruction in the southern
What's up with
states.
Hammer?
Dude, this is like black Republican rule during Reconstruction when they disenfranchised all of the Confederate whites, and they had black men in like in the Congresses and stuff in all the southern states, and like the white people, they got sick and fed up with it, dude. They founded like the Ku Klux Klan and the White League and stuff. And I'm not going to condone their actions and their perpetrated violence. Like, of course, I don't condone that, but like, it was a reaction to what was going on in the South. Like, it was just fratricide,
Yeah, I heard the Southerners like they couldn't let them go for it's not even like racism, like they just couldn't let them go because culturally and economically they needed the slave system.
Oh, they had to. Without the slaves, the economic system of the South was gone. And that's exactly what happened. It collapsed. Like, that was millions of dollars.
Some of the northern working conditions in the factories were sometimes worse than like a slave's life in the South.
Exactly, bro. That was millions of dollars in human
Maybe.
But dude, why are women such psycho bitches? Like, women are such lib cucks, and they are in what's it called? Hyperpergamous nature.
It's the
Hypergamy.
It's communism, and sadly, it's race mixing.
That's because feminism are on a power.
Well, do you think that women are naturally hypergamous regardless of liberalism or Bolshevism?
Are women racially hypergamous with Bolshevism?
No, women by their nature has having a vagina are hypergamous. Like, women are just naturally hypergamous, as in they want to live in a harem, and they only select the top 20% of men to breed with. So that's like supposed to be the black pill.
I think, like, Warner, like, I just don't see how you could really have a civilization if that's the case.
Kind of survival, that's just survival, like women choose the stronger men, better looking men. I don't got a problem with that. I got a problem with them not caring about what they're doing for their society. A man, like, it's the lack of manlyhood. Okay, it's not really about the women. It's the woman who gets with the man. Okay, if the woman gets the wrong man, that's the man's problem. There's not enough good men. Okay, to lead the women into a better society. So they end up having kids with men who are shit. Therefore, the next generation is shit. It's not really the woman's fault. It's the man's fault. Because the man's shit.
Well, women, they're
It don't matter how rich he is if he doesn't have good moral. If the man's a decadent piece of shit, then doesn't matter which women he gets with. The next generation is going to be decadent as well.
Dude, why are women so heavily indoctrinated with, like, hating the patriarchy, hating God, only wanting to go with...
Didn't Bernays or something, Edward Bernays, the propagandist, he talked about how women are more susceptible to propaganda?
Yeah, the century of the sun.
Oh yeah, they're weak-minded. They like being told lies. Like a man can lie to a woman for a very long time, and the woman will keep her rose-colored glasses on. It's very easy. I know what you're talking about. That Edward Bernays guy, he was very good with advertisement.
Yeah, he was.
He kind of made the American advertisements what they are.
He also wore a yarmulke. Those hats, a yarmulke. That's all I'll say. He was kosher. The chosen people. What do you think about Oofy Doofy? Like, do you think that's better than the black pill or this stuff that the MGTOWs talk about about women?
I don't know. I don't really follow the pills. I just kind of try to be a man. The way men have been historically, which is to not take shit from your government, not let people subvert your culture, shit like that.
I think the Industrial Revolution is what really caused all of this, and so did World War II. The Industrial Revolution destroyed the family unit and put women in the workforce.
Yeah.
Well, that's Big Brother, the government. That's the government. They don't want a family unit. They want you to be beholden to the state. That's part of the technocracy, that's capitalism, that's communism, that's all the industrial systems. They need to bring people under the subversion and submission of the government. Like, you need to be, just a puppet of the government.
Create this Orwellian dystopian technocracy with the smart cities and, like, you have to think a certain way. Have you ever read Fahrenheit 451? They literally burn books because they don't like what's in the content. So they just burn the books, dude.
Yeah, if you study the Soviet Union, you see that. You see that they just want to destroy everyone culturally, ethnically, religiously. They mix people all together. They mix the Kazakhs with the Tatars with the Ukrainians, Belarusians with the Uzbeks. They just mixed everyone together. They had no common culture, no common religion, no common ethnicity. All they had was communist indoctrination, and that's how they were able to keep a state so strong for so long. But as you can see, they weren't that successful, because it all fell apart.
Yeah. Putin is kind of crazy to say that that is the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of our time. That's pretty ridiculous.
I think communism was pretty bad, you know.
Well, they don't believe in God.
Yeah, it's pretty. Well, you know, it's gone, but it's not gone.
Have you
know,
ever
it's
seen the
still
Georgia
pretty,
Keystones?
that scientific Marxism. Go on.
Have you ever seen the Georgia Keystones, or like the Georgia Keystones? They have the Communist Manifesto on them.
Yeah, and they want to reduce the population to like 500 million people.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I don't know much about it, but it's probably has something to do with the Freemasons, right?
Yeah, it does, yes. I don't know exactly if it's Scottish or York Rite. It's just Freemasonry in general.
Yeah, you know, it's the Masons who probably got all that lend-lease to the Soviet Union, you know? Like, why would they help the Soviets fight the Germans? You know, it's because they wanted that communist state. It was an experiment.
Yeah, well, it was an experiment for capitalism and like Edward Bernays' postmodernist society.
There's two kinds of communism. There's revolutionary Marxism, and then there's scientific Marxism. Scientific Marxism is about a peaceful transition to communism. Revolutionary Marxism, that's what happens in third world countries, because third world countries, they got, you know, like the Middle East, for example, they got a strong religion, strong culture. You can't take that down peacefully. You have to do a revolution. Meanwhile, in a Western country, we have democracies. You know, democracies, they're fallible, they're weak. They don't stay the same forever. So a Marxist can easily, peacefully subvert the country and change it into a Marxist utopia. You know, there's two kinds of Marxism, right?
Yeah. Well, the Frankfurt School as opposed to like the Austrian School of Economics, right?
Yeah.
But it's all the same end goal of creating a technocracy.
What's the end goal of the communist state? International control by a very few elite. You know, technocracy basically. You know, communism is an industrial ideology.
Yeah.
It relies on technology and collectivism, and that's for a reason. Because they want to control everything. They want to run the whole world like one giant business.
Well, that didn't exactly work out in 1991. And then, like,
it kind of did, because
go ahead.
The Soviet Union was just an experiment. It was just a little experiment. It was meant to collapse. You know, a nation like that can't last long. You know, you need to wait for the international communism.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They're still here, you know. They're like sleeper cells. They're biding their time.
You know, the Chinese army are just waiting to invade the West Coast. That's why they have all those Chinatowns and Chinese communities on the West Coast. Because they're a fifth colony.
They don't need to. Somewhat, but they don't need to. They won't need to. Country will just fall apart on its own.
Yeah, through race mixing, or racial miscegenation, basically, and dysgenesis. And the fact that women are hypergamous. Yeah. And the fact that, like,
the communist
our first loyalty is to Israel.
Between the blacks and the whites. When the blacks were freed, they were actually, you know, integrating pretty well in the Western society. It's just the communists, you know, they convinced them to think differently. And that's when you had all that black violence in the 60s, you know. The communists, they tried to encourage blacks to go into white neighborhoods and kill white children, you know, just to start shit.
Cannibalism and tribalist tribal cannibalism.
You know, the communists are using the black people as cannon fodder.
Well,
That's kind of what's going on.
Well, Martin Luther King Jr. He just wanted to have sex with white women. That was his real desire to end segregation.
Yeah, he was more peaceful, right? He wasn't a communist. He believed in the Constitution, right? But not that Malcolm X guy. He's a fucking Mohammedan nigger, right? And then you got the Black Panther guy, Huey P. Newton. He was a communist, right? Like the Black Panthers, they were Maoists. Okay, so you had one black leader who was an American constitutionalist, and you had two. One was a Muslim, the other one was a fucking Marxist. You know? So they're mostly indoctrinated, you see.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Martin Luther King hated gays. That's what I don't get about these idiots. Like, he hated gays.
Well, it was the 60s. Everyone hated gays because gays fucked. They fuck everything up. They fuck up your religion. They fuck up your culture. They fuck up your whole people. You know, they cause all this transgenderism. Like they're just a poison to every society.
Very much so.
Not even Stalin wanted gays. Like they murdered gays down in the Soviet Union.
Yeah, they put them in mental asylums or in the gulags.
No real way to describe it other than they just fuck everything up. Like gay people, you know?
They do, bro. They really do. All these guys on the alt-right are gay, or openly gay, too.
Well, you know, technically they aren't alt-right, but yeah, whatever. Being alt-right isn't good anyway, because that's totalitarian ideology. That's one thing we gotta stand up against. You know, it's government overreach. You know, Nazism is just another form of socialism. We don't want socialism. That's totalitarianism, right?
It is, yes. You know, but at
But
least
we
it's
also
the right
don't want
way.
Mohammedans running around cutting people's heads off and shit. You know, we don't want violent people in our country. You know, just because we're anti-racist doesn't mean we want all these immigrants either. You know.
Yeah, but you know, the Enlightenment, the legacy of the Enlightenment, I think, has been very bad. I think we need to kind of go back before the Industrial Revolution, at least.
Yeah, well, Ted Kaczynski was making good points about that. You know, I suggest you read up on that. Yeah, because if people weren't in this industrialized, collectivized system, they would just go back to their small communities, and we wouldn't have to worry about racial violence or racial anything because we'd be pretty isolated, right?
Yeah,
But then
exactly.
there's a bunch of problems that come along with that. Right? You know, like moving industrial society means like hundreds of millions will die of starvation and disease and shit like that. So you gotta bite the bullet.
Yeah, well, really, I do agree that there's really too many people alive, too. There's way too many degenerates and sociopaths and just degenerate, deviant
Yeah.
people alive overall.
Yeah, our society like protects them. It's like, you know, you really feel like somebody's trying to live a righteous life, you're kind of disenfranchised automatically.
Exactly, dude.
Well,
If you're a serious believer in
That's-
Christ, you're ostracized automatically. You're ostracized from this secular society, bro.
that's a symptom of the decadence. It means we lost our strength and culture. Well, these
Weimar.
gays teach our little kids to be gay.
It's like the Weimar Republic. It's the social decadence and Weimar 2.0.
Well, Weimar was its own thing, you know, had hyperinflation, you know, a democracy that nobody wanted, all that shit.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, William Glory Hole is actually Pimpin' Pat. Me and Rick Perry figured that out. Yeah,
He's definitely somebody that ain't with the Forge gang, you know what I mean?
You better not mess with the Forge! Hardman! Forge gang! Let's go, little boy! You wanna mess with the big men, boy? Let's go! Penguin Privateer was talking about this black guy that grew up in a Christian patriarchy, and he genetically reverted to albinism or albinoism because, like, of the curse of Ham, it causes blackness.
It's Henry Moss, Samuel Smith on the essay of various races.
Yeah, isn't that interesting, dude?
It's called Vertigo. It's actually, that's kind of, if you see like an African American, some of the patches on their hand and whatnot would be fair skin.
Oh, well, I'm going to get out of here right now, bro. Let you guys have your little conversation.
God bless you, sir. You have an excellent day. Let's get ready for the race war. Well, hopefully there isn't a race war. But yeah, sorry that he interrupted you, man. But,
No, that's okay.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, there's really not a single philosophical theory or theorem that could answer today's problems. Like, there isn't a single formula.
Yeah. Yeah, I know some of these are like will complain about like, oh, everybody's like the truth is it's all subjective, but like the problem is that like this all comes from like a man-centered anthropology where like you're interpreting everything. That's kind of like one of the things that some of us conclude for me too. It's like, well, the Bible doesn't really mean this. Like, what is my rationality? I'm going to reinterpret it how I like, you know.
So really, we should care about what God thinks and put the stuff that is of man aside, and say that the kingdom of God is within thee, not the kingdom of man. What do you think about having a Bible study on the Forge thing?
Yeah, sounds good to me. I mean,
yeah, I'd have to find some chapters and stuff to look through. Man, just the amount of decadence. It's really just the decadence by itself. And white people are bad too. Like, you know, he's talking about how great white people are. White people are not great. We're sinful and we have fallen and become decadent. Like, white Western society.
We've abandoned the religion of our fathers.
Exactly, dude. And white Western society is the most pro-gay and the most pro-decadent and pro-race mixing and feminist of them all in the entire world, bro.
Like the Anglos, like overthrow Christianity, the Freemasonry, and all this secular enlightenment stuff.
Yeah, and the Gnosticism and Hermeticism aspects as well, with the infiltration by the Freemasons.
Well, and it's like what God did with ancient Israel. It's probably how He's looking at us. It's like we broke the covenant with them, so He's like, all right, well.
Yeah. Well, in our case, it's the covenant of the church, or apostolic authority. We've broken the covenant with Yahweh. He's not pleased with what we've done with this society, with this civilization that He gave us. We have to repent. Primarily, the thing that we must do is repent of our sins.
Well, I mean, like, honestly, like, speaking about Protestant countries, it's like if what you're saying about apostolic succession, that's true, and they're really, as well as for Protestant countries, there hasn't been a real Christian church in a while.
It really started going bad in 1950 or so, right? Like that's really when it really got bad, was 1950.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, a lot of the guys in the church, pastors, it gives them a nice kind of stuff. They get a nice car, they get a nice deal on a house. So, they speak out about stuff. They lose that. That's what I'm saying. It's a comfortable career for them. So they're probably going to be more interested in that than the actual truth.
Yeah. Look at this William Gloryhole guy. He says, "Man, I hope so." In other words, he places his hope on man and not on God. I just wanted to point that out. That's what these kind of people put their hope in, is in man, in the works of the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
What would be a good biblical scripture about ye who works in the flesh, or the workings of the flesh?
It's probably in one of the epistles of Paul.
Yeah, let me see here.
Although I think the flesh, I think he's talking about the sin nature. He's not like talking about the body, which is a mistake a lot of evangelicals make.
Yeah, here's so William Gloryhole says, "Man, I hope so." In other words, he puts his hope in man. And it says, "Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanliness, lasciviousness or lasciviousness, adultery, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, and heresies." You notice how a lot of these guys talk about their wrath and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Envy.
Yeah, that's actually a thing a lot of people don't talk about.
Wrathful. These trolls in the chat and Kiwi Farms and stuff. These people are full of wrath. Like, and they that are Christ's have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. We live in the Spirit. Let us walk in the Spirit. Let us not be desirous of vain glory, provoking one another, envying one another. Now, who does that sound like? That sounds like Eric Duchamp, does it not? But yeah, these people live.
Yeah, and all these trolls, like, I agree, like, they, in a sense, doxing somebody, well, that might get them a little scoundrel of status that, oh, now look, I'm popular because I doxed this bad person, supposedly.
Their wrath is their God. Their wrathfulness, and their bigotry is their God. That is that's their idol. Their state of wrath is their idol. They worship idols.
Yes. Like I said, for a believer, it's all about, like you said, it's the circumcision part. You want to, yes, righteousness is good, but you want to make sure that you're doing it with the right intent. Your heart's good.
And that's where a lot of these people go wrong, these sinners. They think that they're doing something righteous, but their heart is not in the right place.
Which I was going to ask, by the way, like, I don't understand what the Bible talks about, like, the heart. That's kind of a non-point, like, enduring things, the intent of the heart. I was like, it's hard for me to explain then how there's any Western Christianity, any system that can understand this, since it's so rationalistic, because you can't really, like, rationally know what the heart is.
Yeah. Well, it's trying to say that we have broken away from the Mosaic law, and we no longer circumcise. It's no longer necessary to circumcise and keep the Abrahamic covenant, because it's now circumcision of one's own inner self of the heart. It's
Yes.
the state of
I mean, the
mind.
Mosaic covenant, it never promised eternal life, so it's insufficient as far as justification. But as far as the principles, I mean, he says the law is only just and good, so it does have some principles you can apply to life. It's just not a means of salvation, or because it never promised eternal life.
Well, Jesus fulfilled the covenants of the Old Testament, like Jesus was the ultimate keeper of the law. And it was through his grace that man would not fall short of the law, but like man always falls short of God's glory, because he always falls short of the law.
Yeah, I'm not saying the law is necessary for salvation. I mean, then there's people like, I think King Alfred knows some of the laws, moral laws of the law of Moses. And I'm saying it's not necessary for salvation. It's not saying like, okay, King Alfred, there's applications you can find to. It's just not necessary for salvation.
No, not anymore. It used to be, but now it's the church. Now it's being a part of the church that matters.
Yeah.
The apostolic authority and the grace of Christ, which is the same thing, of course.
Yeah.
The church is the bride.
Yes. I was going to say the apostolic authority. I'm also wondering, I think Protestants, I was reading somewhere, they actually have a really hard time in exorcisms or casting out demons because they actually lack the authority. That's like, well, that's kind of a problem for them.
That's interesting about that. But didn't Protestants used to do exorcisms and like anti-witchcraft stuff back in the day?
Maybe it was like anti-witchcraft, like, because it's always, people always say that, oh, the Protestant, like, they always have to call in like a Catholic or somebody with authority to actually, it's like a higher level, it's
I just like his gaming content mostly now. Dude, I'm not reading the chat anymore. Glory hole, dude. Who is Wayne? Who's Wayne, by the way? That must be one of those guys that he stalks. Oh, some guy that Burger Boy stalks. I don't know. But yeah, I think that the grace of Christ is the fulfillment of the scriptures. The Messianic covenant.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, it's insane, like, different patterns, she's so obsessed with Reformed Stoic.
Oh, those trolls? Yeah, why do they go after Stoic? They've been going after Stoic since the RV6.
And it's weird, Southern Israelite also, whenever he talks about that, it's always in like his tone is very approving. You see the Pat did, you get some very starts laughing, it's kind of weird.
Dude, he even went into his chat and asked Stoic if he wanted to debate. Like, why in the world would he do that unless he was an intel agent? He has to be an intel agent.
Yeah.
It's just, it all speaks of co-intel.
I wonder how they compromised Southern Israelite. Because I know he didn't used to be like he was, supposedly. I'm not sure what they did to him. So that was good.
Man, they really went after Stoic hard on IP2 that are in America First. So it's like it's a center right libertarian front.
Is it American First celebrities on there?
It's kind of like a unity front between America First and the alt-right. But I think it's more America First people.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, it's like I was saying, it's like Andrew England is one of the biggest supporters of America First. Mhm.
Andrew Anglin is like a totalitarian dude. Like he's
I
just
don't know, like, he can just, sometimes his posts sound like
lords.
yeah, he probably is that. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a millennial. Like people like who's that guy that's they got arrested in Hungary? I can't remember his name, but he was arrested in Hungary or something. Um,
Mhm.
he's kind of like an alt right Peter Jordan Peterson.
Mhm.
I can't remember him, but
Mhm.
well he was always serious and sincere about his thoughts. He would not try to edge lord his way around and stuff.
Mhm.
His name will
Mhm.
come to me in a moment, but dude,
Mhm.
Alex Jones is so freaking unhinged.
Yeah. I mean, everybody either says he's a Jesuit or he's on Sox payroll. It's kind of funny.
He probably is on their payroll, bro. Burger
Even,
Boy.
yeah, it was a William Cooper actually did the expose video on him. Plus the fact that he flipped his positions when Trump got into office.
Yeah, there's a lot of COINTEL agents in this corner. I don't know where they come
Mhm.
from, but like there's a honeypot around Burger Boy for sure.
People do. Ones every day. Just keep recruiting people.
Oh, dude, they're all hypocritical. But then again, everybody is a sinner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
I was gonna say, you were talking about the black film over. I was just thinking, like, I just don't really see, like, how that, God created man for women. Like, if women are only designed for, like, the top 2%, I really don't see how that fits some of them narrative. To me, like, I could see, because I actually know a lot of black reforms, there's a lot of Gnosticism. It makes sense because, if that's kind of the way they're designed, then it's pretty depressing. So,
Women probably were not originally hypergamous, but like over a long time, like men also selectively breed with the best looking women, and I guess that they bred with the best looking but the most spoiled women, and that kind of bred into women to be to only have women that were like having a princess mentality. But also like
yeah.
modernity and feminism and transgenderism and homosexuality
Yes.
also has,
Well,
you
I
know,
would say too. I mean, a lot of the shows girls watch do condition them as well. And kind of I guess this is a behaviorist argument, but they get all these Disney, you gotta get bread, so all the shows they watch is, the role models are good side. I would say that probably as a whole as well.
yeah. And also the food too. Like there's a lot of estrogen and testosterone and chemicals like there's fluoride in the water and a bunch of chemicals in
Yeah.
food and stuff that gives women high testosterone, makes them act like men, and
Mm-hmm.
gives men high estrogen.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also that as
Yeah.
well. Warhammer, can you please announce to chat that Mountain Dew put Baja Blast in stores? Yeah, it's true. I got it off the shelves. But I think it's been on the
Wow, they
market for
actually
a
did
while.
that.
You can only get it at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It's really
I'm
not that.
surprised they didn't do that earlier.
Yeah, it's really not that good. I gotta say.
I saw they had the new spicy Mountain Dew, which I thought was like, wow, I've never seen a spicy soda drink.
Oh, really? Um,
Yeah.
I'll have to try it out. Well, isn't Red Bull kind of
I saw
spicy?
it in a, yeah. I'm sorry, I was clearing my throat.
I'm sorry, sir. You go ahead and talk.
I was going to say, I saw this, Indian gas station. I mean, it's nothing against Indians, but I think they forgot their price tags and some stuff. So I was counting. And like, if you go to the gas station, I was like, I only have like $5, and I'm not sure. Like, I want a candy bar, but I don't know what it costs.
They usually cost $1.20 or something, maybe 60 cents.
Yeah. Mhm. And dude, I'll tell you what's insane too. It's the price of renting and like the ridiculous prices people charge for I moved into a mobile home once and like it was about like around $900, but then I found out I had like mold termites and then I had roaches that came out at night and there was like a snake in the shower room drain because there was a hole in the septic tank. It's like I was staying with somebody, so they were trying to charge us 800 to 900 a month or something like that. That's what those boomers, man. Landlord boomers are insane.
Damn. There was a snake and roaches
Yeah,
in the apartment?
yeah.
Like, bro, dude, did you get bit by the snake or like.
No, no. I was staying with somebody, so we moved out.
Wow, that's disgusting, bro. Was that in Oklahoma City or elsewhere?
But it's like no, that was just something with the dogs itself. But this was in the south, but um, it's just and the fact is like these boomers, but like the price they're charging, like these landlords are absolutely insane.
Oh, with the rent? Oh, dude, why is
Yeah,
everything so high? I guess it's because of
yeah.
like inflation, but it's everything has gotten so high.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, it's too, it's like about working, it's like, I hate to say this, but even just providing wage outfit. The fact is that, like, a lot of the character of people in society, who you work with, is just absolutely horrible. It's just all this woke stuff. And it's like, you can throw me a wage, but I don't really want to work with, like, woke people. It's just, I can't stand that type of environment. Like, the character is just horrible. Oh, it's so good.
It was just the train, bro. It's already gone by.
Oh, that's fun. I was
Yeah.
just saying, like, even throwing a wage at people, so it's not worth it because the character of the people you work with is just horrible. It's all this woke stuff, and like most of the companies are woke. It's like, I don't want to work in that environment. Just,
Oh, dude, do they tell you that you have to watch their pronouns?
yeah, that's
Wow.
why I say you just gotta find some small town in some red state. I think the best option you got.
Like in Middle America?
Yeah, or in the South somewhere. It's like, the,
The South has a lot of gays, too, and a lot of blacks.
yeah.
But,
Well, I'm saying in a lot of these really small towns, luckily it's not as bad.
oh, yeah, definitely. But, I mean, you will find, even in this, where I'm at, I mean, I've seen some pride flags.
Hmm.
I mean, like stickers.
Yeah.
I haven't seen no pride flags
Hmm.
up on buildings, but I've seen like stickers with
Hmm.
Pride Month on it.
Yeah, well, honestly speaking, of that I really think like the conservative party is just honestly dead. It's because they haven't done anything in the past like 20 years. It's like there probably will be a reform party in America that probably would try to do stuff. It's like the mainstream GOP is not going to do anything.
Oh no, dude. Fox News, don't they have a gay co-host or something on one of those shows on Fox News?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. It's
Yeah.
not a Christian conservative news network. Completely different from the Bush era.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, dude. Do you remember Anderson Cooper? Like, he used to
Yes,
be
I do.
real PC. And now, like, I think he's being called a bigot of all the things in the world.
Wow.
Now he's
That's what I'm saying.
like him and Jim
That's
Carrey
insane.
are called bigots. And who was that Ed Smith guy that punched that other black guy at the Emmy Awards?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's called a cis bigot or a cisgender bigot,
Mhm.
dude. It's gotten
Yeah.
really crazy, dude. Even gay people are referred to as bigots, as cis bigots.
It's just gonna keep collapsing into like a Lovecraftian. Nah, it's pretty much what it's like. It's like utter chaos, no order, no forms, no anything.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, the United States is not a country. It's just a bunch of brand corporations, and that's all. Private intel and corporations that control the government. Cartel, private cartel banks with offshore markets, offshore sponsors and people that push the Federal Reserve. The government is in debt to the Federal Reserve, not the other way around.
Yeah.
With central cartel banking.
Yeah. It's not too hard to understand. It's like if you control the money, well, the society pretty much controls a lot of stuff.
Oh, most definitely, bro. It's just people are so mentally challenged, dude. And it's
I'd
the
say shattered. I
midwits.
mean,
It's just the midwits, dude. These normies and midwits, like they should be forced to look at 4chan memes 24/7. Maybe that would get them red pilled, but I don't think that you can red pill an NPC.
Well, I hate to say it, but like, I know it's like there's a real cycle time libertarian, but like the problem with this radical sovereignty is that you can't have any kind of collective unity. And if the church itself is a collective body, it's like just this libertarian freedom stuff is just going to cause people to be shattered and not be unified.
Yeah, the lack of a communitarian experience in the feudal parish model or system of the church. I blame the Puritans on this, for doing this, dude. The Puritans, I mean, they were Calvinists, but they were utopian. And they were also antinomian, too. Like, the Puritans were antinomian, if you didn't know that. You can look up the antinomian controversy of Massachusetts.
Have there any resources on the Puritans being like this?
Not all the Puritans, but there were conservative Puritans, but a lot of them really believed in this notion of a utopianist society, a city on a hill. And they had town meetings or town council meetings where everybody would come to attend. And this was like part of early representative representation.
Yeah. Did Rick Perry or somebody point out their influence a lot in Hermeticism too?
Yes, he did. Yeah, I think so. Like the Hermeticists were the ones that started up a lot of the corporations, joint stock
Mm-hmm.
companies and private intel organizations like the Dutch
Mm-hmm.
or the English West India Company.
Mm-hmm. I know too, like Calvinists were very famous as far as John Calvin and usually as far as arguing for it.
Yeah, I'm going to actually I'm actually going to ban Mr. Cool because he's spreading
Mhm.
false information.
Is he doing the Kiwi Farms crap or?
Let's see here. Did I get the right guy? Make sure. He was trying to say that Reformed Stoic. Yeah, that's it. Jay Danks is hanging with Ganville and Reformed Stoic plotting against the Forge. I'm gonna block that guy. Eric is okay. Eric is a harmless guy, and even
Yeah.
William Gloryhole is, but I'm not gonna put up with that.
Yeah, who's this Calvin Church? I saw him today. Like, so I guess it is hard to get up to speed with everything sometimes.
Ganville TV is the DX server. He molested a few women, and he got a charge about it, a charge against him, a felony charge. So he got into some trouble, lawsuits and stuff. He had sex with female minors, and he trolls and goes after and reports and swats people. So he's like a swatter.
Oh yeah.
Him and his group on DX.
Yeah, is that like so like kind of like an IP2 thing?
Oh yeah. Well, he used to be friends with Ice Poseidon, the guy who started IP2.
Mm-hmm. Where did you find this info at? Somebody that found it out?
I think Rick Perry or somebody else told me.
Or, mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's wow. She's kind of clearly. I wouldn't. I don't think Reform Stoic would associate with something like that. I hope not.
He's not going to, bro. Stoic lives in a very remote town, and he's very seclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't talk to nobody, dude. He did a brief.
I don't blame him.
What's that girl's name? He did this thing. He did a collab with this girl on IP2.
Adriana Tellis?
Yeah, that was it.
Wrong.
Yeah, he did a collab with Adriana, but that was it, dude. Like he talks to nobody. He's very hard to get in touch with, actually.
Well, I mean, it's because whenever he posted Southern Israelites information on that IP2, that's when things kind of went downhill for him.
Yeah, unfortunately it was. That happened just before RV62. And coincidentally, that's when Pimpin' Pat appeared. When he was putting Southern Israelite and Jay Dyer content on IP2, that's when Pimpin' Pat and Burger Boy and all these weird people started to appear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a coincidence.
Yeah. Supposedly, like, so says Southern Israelite paid Pimpin' Pat to make memes out of him.
Yeah, it's very weird. In just a matter of months, Southern Israelite closed his channel. Like, it's as if he didn't want IP2 to watch his videos. Isn't that weird?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, actually, I don't think Superman and Hyena is actually Pimpin' Back is like, I think when it's on like his profile picture, it's like some dude in sunglasses. I mean, it might be, I don't know, but like somebody was talking about it there.
He might be. I know what Pimpin' Pat sounds like, but I've never heard. Pimpin' Pat sounds real gay. Like he talks a lot like the Daimyo does without the accent, and he talks like a Californian hipster. He actually talks like Mormon Shaggy. He talks a lot like Shaggy. Yeah, he's pretty smart too. He went to college for 9 years, and he has a good job.
So then why is he wasting time? It's like, doesn't make...
Isn't that very weird? Like, how does he have the time in the day to do this? All this trolling and stuff with Stoic. And he saves everything that Stoic makes or streams. Very weird.
Yeah. I mean, did you see that one Stoic stream where those dudes in the chat were telling Stoic he's going to be the next, like, mass shooter? That was insane.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was, I think that was the same person using a lot of different alts. Probably that Jacob's Roofies idiot. There used to be this guy called Jacob's Roofies that really would troll Stoic a lot. German Andy was actually the one that put Stoic on IP2. That was probably German Andy's alt. Because German Andy used to really highly stalk Reformed Stoic, too. SI was never even considered for mass consumption. And that cannot be a coincidence. How can it be that in just a matter of weeks of Stoic posting SI content on IP2, all of a sudden SI closes his account down? He just comes out saying that he's going to close down his channel and take down all his videos and put them on Mega. George Bush bought and paid for you. Obama paid the upkeep. Trump gave you New Horizons. Biden's going to take your job. Southern Israelite and Jay Dyer provide that heavy dope, greater ratio of truth to lie admixture, intended as a safety net to catch those who fall through the gaps of the conventional narrative. Exactly, dude, yeah. Believe it or not, there's actually people that think deeper than America First, Mein Kampf, Protocols of Zion, and stuff. I mean, that stuff is helpful, but it does not really tell the entire truth. It doesn't tell everything. Ask Biden for forgiveness. Maybe atheism will save you. Yeah, Southern Israelite is intel, bro. It doesn't matter if he's an actual Freemason or not. Freemasonry has really just gone through the back burner lately, and it's these international groups like Mossad, MI6, the CIA, FSB, etc., Chinese secret services that basically run the show. But it's really the Anglo-American establishment, and they put up their Jesuit and Jewish frontmen, basically MD. Southern Israelite has a vehicle that has license plates that trace back to Anchorage in 2016. Anchorage, Alaska was a known place to train CIA agents and people for spy and espionage and counter intel. So think of Southern Israelite and Jay Dyer as counterintelligence, which is basically what they are. Southern Israelite is like a Branch Davidian, and he was going to create and set up another Waco. Ultimately, the end goal of what these intel people wanted to do with Southern Israelite was set up a second Waco event. They were going to create a second Waco with Southern Israelite.
I was saying, it was me, but if a Waco situation happens to Southern Israelite, then I'd probably say, I don't know. So what happens when you believe X, X, and X? It could be a way to
So it would convince more people to go to Jay Dyer's platform. Like, basically,
Yeah.
I think that they used his ministry to get more people to go to Jay Dyer, and also to become pagans and Odinists. You know, and blame everything on the Jews, because that's what they want.
Yeah.
They want you to believe that it's only the Jews.
Yeah. It's, I know. It's funny, like you were talking about the Melchizedek priesthood. It's really funny. A Southern Israelite, I know he tries to say or reveal that, but the problem is that so much of his platform is about the Mosaic law, in the Levitical time period.
Do you think? I don't think that Baked Alaska was trained by Southern Israelite, but didn't Baked Alaska also come from Anchorage? SI was traced to a residence in Anchorage in 2016, most likely a staging area and training ground for Intel Ops, or Intel PsyOps. Well, it's Freemasons, Illuminati, and the chosen people. Bolshevism. I don't think that Boone realizes that, according to Anthony C. Sutton, Bolshevism was basically a process of transitioning typically feudal societies or pre-modern societies like Russia and China over to hyper-capitalism.
Yeah. I think H.G. Wells saying as open conspiracy, I believe something about how communism and capitalism, that the system would be like a chimera, so they'd use both pragmatically to obtain their ends.
Yes, I think so. Yes, he did. He also wanted to create a 1920s version of the European Union. He got that from what's his face, Hugaloga, the Caldal Hive. What was that guy's name? Count. What was that guy that oh, dude. I can't remember these names. The Kurganloge plan, or what was that? 1920s anti-racism. Kolgalug. Let's see here. He was an Austrian count. Yeah, Fabian Socialism.
Yeah, I think it did. I think Rick had an article about Fabian socialism.
The Count Cartago plan or something. I'll look it up. Early history of the European Union. Yeah, I can't remember it. Ideas of European unity.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name? That's it. That's it. The Kalergi plan. That's it. It was Richard.
Oh yeah, about that.
Yeah, Kalergi. This guy. This was the first major proponent for race mixing in the 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Kalergi plan.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he a Fabian socialist too? He was half Japanese and half.
Yeah, I know he was he was mixed himself.
He was. His father was also a
But yeah,
proponent.
yeah, I was saying and again, some of the good plan. This is where this Christian soul doctrine can come in for put the common people on board. You appeal to some type of pantheistic notion. Well, we all have this divine spark. We're all equal. It's like, well, it's a perfect tool to advance such a plan.
Exactly, dude. Who was the person that started the soul doctrine, though? I know.
I think Socrates, I believe, I think he speculated. He might that might have been case. He was the whole immortality of the soul. It's this kind of history. It's kind of like when he was being forced to accept the poison. I was kind of able to started speculating about stuff like that. But it probably, I don't know. I'm not a history expert. So, who knows? It might have come before.
Yeah, Socrates. Cola, please.
But yes, I do know the Stoics. That, for instance, they were criticized because they believed the universe began it was a divine fire, and that the sparks kind of all flittered down to men, and kind of gave them the ability to, everybody says to understand reason, and they were criticized for saying you should be loyal to your nation, but people was like, well, we all have these divine sparks and we're equal, and why is that the case? So it's nothing's new under the sun.
Ammonius Saccas popularized Neoplatonism onto Plotinus and Origen. Yeah, but that's how it got into Christianity.
Yeah.
How did the soul doctrine get into Old Testament Judaism, though?
I don't. It probably would have been around the same time as Christianity.
Probably so. Maybe a little bit before. Weren't the Pharisees
I
getting?
remember reading about it's in the Gordon Clark book, A History of Philosophy from Thales to Joy. I know you had Jews like Philo who were friendly to Platonism.
Eric John Phelps said that the Jews did not believe in a hell. They don't believe that there's such a place as hell. And they also believed in, the Pharisees started to believe in abstract oral law, which could have been taken from Neoplatonism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was a Sheol is the thing everybody says. Right, it's kind of like the resting place of the dead. It's kind of like the realm of darkness.
Yeah, something like
in the Old
that.
Testament.
Didn't Jesus, after the crucifixion, it said that Jesus went and saved people in the underworld, like people that were waiting for Jesus to come, but they were before his time, and he saved the people in the underworld, or something
Is that
like
in
that.
Second or First Peter? Because it's I think SSI. I think he rejected that because I'm not sure if it's a Second Peter, but
Yeah, and the Protestant reformers rejected Second Peter and James and Jude.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then allegedly Joseph Smith said that he corrected all of the scriptures that were lost in the Bible in his translation. And Lewis C. Todd and all these other weird cults and stuff, they all claim that they have fixed the Bible. They just added like Freemasonic stuff into it. The Harrowing of Hades. So Rick Perry says that Maimonides introduced Neoplatonism into Judaism, and in Islam, the incorrect metaphysique was introduced by Avicenna and Al-Ghazali. I'm guessing that was like in the 12th and 13th centuries. You know, that's ironic because that's exactly when the Islamic Golden Age ended. When these philosophers adopted Neoplatonism. And also, you know, when the church fathers adopted Neoplatonism, that's when the Dark Ages happened. That is when the Goths sacked Rome. The Goths and the Huns sacked Rome.
Yes. Wasn't I think with the way Plotinus described that, you know, you come to understand that one, it was mystic terms, like a mystic trance. I think, Vince Clark mentioned that somewhere. That was one of the things people were saying. The equation is a bit mystical.
Yeah. Well, there's been a mystic tradition in a lot of Western philosophical stuff. That's why the Bible is so important, because it disclaims magic, naturalism, soothsaying, and all this other stuff. Like atheism is reincorporating paganism. Atheism is just a front to reincorporate pantheism into mainstream society.
Yes. I suppose it's like where atoms are kind of like the divine, that they possess divinity.
Yeah, well, you know, did you know that scientists are now claiming that we just live in a quantum virtual reality and that atoms have sentience? Like, there's these people in quantum metaphysics that claim that.
Yeah. That's like, yeah, that whole language is very contradictory to like a traditional, I guess, view of science, where like atoms are just, you know, they're atoms. There's not anything. They're not sentient or anything.
No, there's no way they could be. They don't even have the components of life.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the Scientific American. Do we live in a simulation? Chances are about 50-50. I'll post this in the chat for everybody to look at. So, like, this is a reintroduction of Yeah, it says we live in a simulation. Confirmed, we live in a simulation. We must never doubt Elon Musk again. Oh, it's Elon Musk that is pushing this crap. So, like, Elon Musk, you know, he's a big transhumanist, or big into transhumanism. Have you ever heard of this guy, Jack Satali? He wrote this book called The Next 50 Years. And what it talks about like he has this thing called the Atali Commission. Like, I think he opposed Brexit. Um, yeah, brief history of the future. Like, he's saying that nations will not be important anymore, and that everything that we need is just to basically just be humans, live together in peace on spaceship Earth, live in peace and harmony with everybody, and just all this other crap. I think his book is in the Novum curriculum, actually. I like Dyer, but I have no roots in orthodoxy. I can't stand by my church clergy, as I know what sad state they are in. But it was my father's religion, and now it is mine, not orthodoxy. What we need to understand throughout the history of the nation of Israel, orthodoxy, straight thinking, wasn't an issue. Orthopraxis, straight practice, was the only thing that was an issue. We need to keep the deposit of faith as Christians. That's primarily the issue, is to maintain the deposit of faith and keep the kingdom of God within us. Amen. But yeah, I don't think that race war and violence is the answer, because we'll be just as bad as them. Like,
Yeah.
we have to
Well, I
be.
mean, even the whole concepts of like, white and stuff, it's kind of it sort of sounds like sometimes like pan-European, like historically, I think ethnicity is probably like people used to like, Irish Catholic, for instance. Like there really wasn't any, I'm not sure. I'm just using that. I've listened to Michael Jones, whatever stuff, with everything he says, but it used to be like ethnic identities back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, I see myself as WASP. I'm basically just a poor WASP. Lower middle class, Southern WASP.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mainly Irish, so.
I'm part Irish. I'm a little bit Irish myself. I mean, I don't have nothing against the Irish. Like, the Irish stayed pretty traditional for a long time, of course. But.
Well, that's one of the reasons, like, for some reason, I'm like, well, I'm Irish, you probably kill me for some ridiculous reason.
Yeah, it's like he's never heard of the Scotch-Irish Presbyterians. Like, I mean, dude, have you ever heard of the Scotch-Irish, you idiot? Like, one of his idols...
Sure.
One of his idols is Andrew Jackson.
You're just breaking up.
Oh. Did you know that one of Drake Shelton's big idols is Andrew Jackson? And he's Scotch-Irish. His parents were from Ulster.
Wow. Yeah. Well, see, like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, even if you had a family, like, would you want to be in the community with him? Because I'm pretty sure he'd find a way to justify sleeping with your wife. Just like, oh, well, she did some type of pagan ritual. It's just like, I don't know, man. I would trust, find family around,
The clergy, like everything else in this fallen world, have always been under attack. It's not a recent thing, and during the Arian heresy, most bishops were Arian. It took sacrifice and a lot of ex post facto saints that were martyred to keep the church on track and preserve the doctrinal integrity of the divinity of Christ. Yeah, exactly, dude. Isn't Southern Israelite a semi-Aryan?
Yeah, it's about to say, like, I'm not sure if Rick holds some type of Aryan position, or, I don't know. I think, I don't know, I'm not sure, but I think some of those are lying. Yeah, I think he's a semi-Aryan.
Interesting. But that's actually different from full-on Arianism.
Mm-hmm.
Irish pugilist specialists. Ireland was actually the earliest part of Europe outside of the Roman Empire to accept the church. Well, the Catholic Roman Church.
Yeah, well, there's always the legend of some of the Irish people being descended from one of the 10 lost tribes of Israel. I think it's Manasseh or Ephraim.
That's that tale of Scotus and Egyptus, and some sort of Scotus and Egyptus. But that's a medieval legend. It's kind of like Joseph of Arimathea and Glastonbury, but yeah. Okay, I guess he cut off. I don't know. Irish pugilist specialists. You're not Irish, that's why you've been doxxed. Man, this has been going on for 2 hours. Yeah, join the call, Eric Duchamp, you faggot. Come take on the Anglo-Saxon in the call, bitch.
I'm sorry, I'm going to whisper.
Okay, sorry, dude. Like, is your wife asleep or something? Oh well. Man. Just let it die. SI's semi-Aryan position is compatible with early church. Trinitarianism a la Tertullian. So it's really closer to Tertullian, the doctrines of Tertullian, than it is actually to Arius, or Arius. Even the live streams got very boring. You're such a Nazi, Eric Duchamp. Eric Duchamp is a Nazi, by the way, people. Fed. Yeah. You have to whisper. I understand, dude. So, how did you run into Southern Israelite?
That was actually was like a 4chan guy. That's
Yeah. Man. Join the call, Eric the Frog. Le Frog legs. No, thank you. I'm not interested in being called War Diddler. I'm sick of seeing these rainbow flags. Even the live streams got really boring. Dude, says the guy that doesn't have a pair to come in here and be a man. Eric Le Frog legs. Eric le Frenchman. Bonjour, le Eric le French. Le French frog legs. You suck, Flemish boy. You're not Irish, that's why you've been doxxed and toyed by Plate Gang. Forge Gang. Forge Gang for life. Forge Gang for life, man. Belgium bum boy. Bum boy. Yeah, Eric needs to booger off. I'm not in StreamYards, I'm using Discord. Can't you tell the difference? And also, I'm not going to go to J. I'm not going into JDanks' server. Hello, fat boy. So what happened to the daimyo here? What's going on with the daimyo? You had your minute. Forge Gang!
Hmm.
What did you say, bro? Can you type it in the DMs if you don't mind? Forge Gang. Real men, hard men, Forge Gang. Warhammer gets bullied every time he's in my server. He isn't used to being around real men. Laugh, laugh. You want to derail my streams. Let's get it. Let's go. Forge Gang, a real hard man. Boom, 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 boom. Little Shimmy be freestyling, be shaking and rocking, we getting rockin' rollin'. Little Shimmy time, Little Shimmy's time. Let me find a beat here. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Penguin. Essay on the causes of the variety, complexion, and figure of the human species. Thank you, sir. Little Shimmy time. Going to get on the grind. Little Shimmy hard time, hardcore. This is where we getting on the storm, baby. This is where we getting up. Hardcore, hardcore, rage mode, hardcore. Penguin, you might probably want to mute yourself, bro. I don't know if you want to, but you don't mind if I shout aloud and rap, dude? Yeah, I'm gonna rap, bro. So, just letting you know. Thank you. Thank you. Little Shimmy hardcore up where it's be getting at, up where it be getting at. Word on the street to my homies. Jay Dinks is lame. Super lame. Lame-o to blame. This is Little Shimmy's hour, hardcore, hard rap beats. Little Shimmy be swelling, always be jamming. Jamming hardcore with hard flaming, baby be getting at. This is where we getting at. This is Little Shimmy's hour. Let's get it. This is Little Shimmy hardcore hour. This is where we're at. For the real show, baby, we'll be getting hard. Eric the Chump. He's from Belgium, baby. He ain't no match for Little Shimmy. I got a big Jimmy. Pimp and Pat, you ain't no starters for waters. This is the Warriors, baby. I chased the Daimyo out of the forge. Daimyo ran the fuck away from the forge because he couldn't take the heat. He couldn't handle the heterosexuality of the heat, the peace, be patience, the basement, baby. I kicked Ethan Hatchet out of the forge, baby. He's gone. Goodbye, Damio. Shaggy's mentally breaking down. He's freaking retarded. It's time for him to get all restarted in the shit gay hole. Shit gay glory hole. Freaking retarded. He's gonna have to restart his job. Forge gang always in the hood. Forge gang is just in the hood. Real hard men are in the hood. With the broyos in the hood. We're just getting hard on in the hood. Fighting and exposing the new world order. We just be cracking on. Snow niggas for the dog show. Kicking out the bellarders. There ain't no jabronis here in the hoodies. You just be seeing we pacing it up in the hoodies. The hood gang at the forge, bro, we just be getting it out here. Let's just really go. Little Shimmy's ready on the boat, ready to hit up and drive these weaklings off out of the hood. Yo, it's getting hard up here. It's getting hard up in the hood. Thug Hunter, you better beware, son. It's time to be guessing it. No, you better bewares. It's time to go. No more passive aggression up in here. We just be hitting it up in here. Forge gang hoodie. Forge gang hoodie. Forge gang hoodie. I pimp out Eric's daughters in the hood, yo. Pimp out his daughters. He couldn't stand it. Couldn't take the heat with little Shimmy. Shit, man. Real hardcore men. S.I. better beware. J. Dyer better be on his guard. Damn. Okay, it's done, man. Da, da, da. The real adrenal violent perfecter. I feel the adrenaline. John is a true thug hunter. True hardcore biblical gangster. Eric's family all get the hammer face pack. Boom, baby. Let's go. Let's do this. Here we go, nigga. Let's go. I appreciate the aggression of the little Shimmy rap. Da 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 ch 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 da 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 ch da 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 ch. If I wanted to derail your streams, I would just start making like 2-minute videos about you, and you would do like a 4-hour stream on each one. The heart of a real hard thuggin'. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. I want to freaking dance, baby. Shit, man. I think I'm going to do another hit, man. Do another one. Do another one. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Feel the adrenaline, baby. Woo! I feel the adrenaline. Hardcore heartbeats with the music and the hits. This is where it be gets it ass. Little Shimmy be raging on like a thugger. Real thuggin' it. Real thuggin' hours. William Glory hole you down in the shit gay hole with Shaggy, yo. This is where we be getting it. You be feeling it in the hood. You be feeling it up in the hood. We be getting it up on the speed. Track rap, where it's at. True beats, real hour. No porn for real men. Real men take on the real women, baby. Impregnate. Defecation. It's time to go. Total copulation. total hardcore gangsta style. This is where we at on the high and hour. Little shimmy, freaking the beats. I pawn out, thuggin' out, pimpin' out Eric's hose, pimpin' out Eric's hose. This is where we getting it. You know where he's seeing it. You better believe it, because it's just true with it. You feel it, you feels me. This is Little Shimmy's hour. Little Shimmy's playing an hour. Little Shimmy, pimpin' out. Little Shimmy's the real pimp master, pimpin' master, total master, real pimpin' hardcore master. You feel it? It's the hard thuggin', hard thuggin'. You better be ready. Hard thuggin' circumcision of the heart. Let's be getting it apostolic authority. Drinking a Coke, Pepsi Coke down my throat. But it isn't like these slurp down the daughters of Eric's daughter's throat. Baby, Little Shimmy, hardcore thuggin', Little Shimmy, Forge Gang, gangsta thuggin', Forge Gang chuggin' it, Forge Gang, we be mastering it. They be feeling it, them hoes, they be chugging it, them hoes, they be chugging it, them hoes, they know Forge Gang, them hoes, they get felt it, smelt it, they felt it. Chugging on the hammer, Little Shimmy's hammer, Little Shimmy's pimpin' hammer, Little Shimmy's total pimpin' hammer. Little Shimmy just be jimming and jiving, always up on the high speed, you be getting it. Let's just be winning it. Forge Gang, dominate top on IP2. You be feeling Little Shimmy, hard to low on the high end of the hour. Little Shimmy, raising it up on the high end hour. You see where it's up. You see that it's up. You feel where it's up. Little Shimmy always winning. No be just be feeling the dreamin'. American dreamin'. You know where it's at up. That's what you see This is Little Shimmy's real hour. Well, wow. Shaggy is burning bridges for a while. Dude. What's up with the daimyo? Why did he disappear? Dude, I feel as if Daimyo and Shaggy are just, they're meant to be together as boyfriends in hell. Like, they both deserve each other. Like, the Daimyo is like Shaggy's little brother, man. And Shaggy's like the Daimyo's older brother. I don't see nothing from Shaggy. What an ass clown. We be Pelton, Shelton, making dire crier. Woo-hoo, baby. Let's get it. Let's felt essa. Drake Alden Shittin'. AKA shitting on a shitter, bro. That's what Sheldon does best. Shaggy has been burning bridges for a while. What's been going on over here?
I love little girls, they make me feel so good. I love little girls, they make me feel so bad.
And they call me a pedophile? Where is Shaggy at, dude? This is Black Spy VR.
The fact that
Yeah, this.
You absolutely despise what the fuck Soup did, and he could be forgiven for it being an accident, but it wasn't an accident. The motherfucker looked at that image.
Damn, Toxic turned on Shaggy, bro. What's going on here?
It went shitty, whatever the fuck he said about it. It definitely wasn't. Listen, that channel was created to actually make a joke because Soup couldn't take a fucking joke about his boyfriend. 5 months later, this is the history of this channel. Then all of a sudden, this fucking pedophilic shit come out. Toxic Angel heard a video that Muggs did that was hyper. Toxic Angel realized something between persona and fucking real human beings, that this Piper that I was fucking with was a fucking human being. And she was being fucking treated like a piece of shit. Now, I did it too, but it was just trolling and it didn't matter. But what was being done to her as far as a boyfriend, that was...
Look, dude, these people sound really, really bipolar. Okay? At James Dean Domino. Bro, Toxic and Shaggy sound really bipolar, dude. Yeah, dude, like, I don't know who's more bipolar, if it's Toxic Angel or Madman Shaggy, but dude. Oh, damn, dude, this is bipolar.
Something that hurts. And this guy was rubbing it in her fucking face. So naturally,
Gay crier ain't got no adrenaline.
Like, fuck this dude, and I'm going full on. And I may have even made some of the trailers before that. So I made this thing to make fucking fake movie trailers as a joke because somebody who was kind of like an internet friend couldn't take a fucking joke. So if you can't fucking take a joke in my world, I'll wait until it's no longer a Tinder thing. Like, till it's not anymore too soon. And now you're getting the blunt of the joke. Clearly he didn't like it because he went and hid from it. But then the motherfucking pedophilic shit came out about Kaylee and how she got kicked out of the thing and people started coming over upset about it. I thought it was a ridiculous idea until I looked up the image. The image was sickening. There's no fucking way somebody can look at that and think what he says he thinks.
Yeah, dude, this is just like some sort of schizoid bipolar takes and stuff. I'm not really interested in listening to that. Jay Dyer is devoid of adrenaline. Dude, he's an old man. Like, can even get his thing up. He's like in his 40s, bro. No offense to Rick Perry. Like, no offense to Mr. Rick about that. That's just bipolar. Dude, those guys are bipolar. Like, yeah. Like, dude. He's a fake Christian. Madagascar 2. J.O. absolutely bereft of any and all sources of the chrome. Gay crier ain't got no adrenaline. Dude, the guy has to take what is that stuff that old men, middle-aged men take? Like, what is it they take, dude? Oh, I forgot. Lidoquin? Yeah, it's... Did you say Lidoquin, buddy? Dude, Shaggy is the type of guy that doesn't eat solid food and is addicted to cough medicine. Like, he would take cough medicine to help his addiction. He's just as bad as Crack Rock Chris. Check your DMs. Oh, on Facebook, bro? Okay. Facebook.com. Boom, 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 boom. Rick Perry sent a photo. That's Drake's sister? Holy shit, dude. Is that actually Drake's sister? Holy shit, dude. I also got a picture of Mormon Shaggy's sister, dude. Oh, what is this, dude? That's Drake Shelton's sister, bro? Holy moly. Oh, and this is Mormon Shaggy's sister too. Oh, there it is. That's Mormon Shaggy's sister, and this is Drake Shelton's sister. Let's say, who do you think is better looking, huh? Drake Shelton's sister or Mormon Shaggy's sister? I'll put up a vote. Oh, this is funny, dude. She's kind of bad. Yeah, she looks like a dyke. Black to the max. How do I set up a poll? There we go. Joff. Okay, I'm gonna set up a poll. There we go. So which do you guys think is a better looker? Southern Israelite or Mormon Shaggy sister, dude? Make your pick. Dude, they got doxxed, bro. Oh, dude. More Chad than him. I bet you Drake's sister has the same smug personality but she applies it to bragging about get black guys instead. I want to pipe Drake's sister. I want to pipe Drake's sister. Put up a vote. Howls. Okay, here's the poll results. You ready? So, who do you think is a better looker? Madman Shaggy's sister gets 66%. Southern Israelite sister got 33%. And that was a total of 6 votes. So most people went with Shaggy's sister, bro. Okay, what's going on with the daimyo? Oh yeah, that's like some weird ass artwork by Cyrax. Okay, so what's going on with the daimyo? Mine came home too and stayed. Maybe one day I'll live alone and have peace and quiet and the remote to myself. Happy face, happy face. Or joy face, joy face. Lives in Marita now. I am proud of him, but I do miss him. I know you are and do. Glad he thinks to come visit. I live in Marietta too. What's he doing up there? Work? School? He's working. They're talking about the daimyo. Oh my gosh. How did our babies grow up so fast? So that's Ethan J. Hatchett. He's in a Chinese restaurant eating like brown rice and egg roll and drinking a Coke. And what's this about? At the Laughing Daimyo, you're so quiet, little buddy. What happened? You love talking so much, and now you're suddenly so quiet. Did Jan talk to you? Are you worried that the cops will say when you get the call or they show up tomorrow? Are you worried when it goes federal? Shaggy's sister looks very nice. I just got attacked by a spider twice. I shit you not. Damn, dude. That must suck. So, this is where the daimyo is driving. Conservative Chad Dad destroys the Gunt Guards. And this is apparently 494 Monroe Street. Christerian X. Christerian X. Well, hopefully you didn't mess up. Hopefully the spider didn't kill you, bro. Let's see here. Rinsant something something. At the Laughing Daimyo, you list your address as in Michigan, but you were driving through Macon, Georgia only 4 days ago. Consequently, it's very close to Jackson, Georgia. See the pics below. Also, do you happen to know Jan Hatshit? You really need to not commit felonies. Oh, dude, did he commit some felonies, bro? Like, what, dude? This is why you don't want to mess with Forge Gang! Bitch made Shaggy. At the Warhammer, no, Shaggy effed over Toxic. Lied about him, didn't man up, and tell to his face. Bitch made Shaggy. Oh, that's what happened, dude. Why did he turn on Toxic Angel? More men shag it. Oh, dude, bro. God is punishing everyone, dude. Like, it's as if God is making divine punishment on...
The motherfucking pedophilic shit came out about Kaylee and how she got kicked out of the thing, and people started coming over upset about it. I thought it was a ridiculous idea until I looked up the image. The image was sickening. There's no fucking way somebody can look at that and think what he says he thinks. There's no way. You know, and him trying to say it's in my mind. All right, so here's the thing. What if it was not a cartoon? What if it was actually something going on? And when I looked at it, I said, that's sick. And then somebody in this world who would look at me and say, if you think that's disgusting, then it's wrong with your head.
Could somebody shove some solid food down my throat so I won't starve to death?
Pose, but something that's slightly inappropriate for someone to have. Like, it's not a naked baby.
I need some solid food to eat, dude. I rattled my teeth while I was stamping manically. The adrenaline is real. I flicked it off the bed and gave it the Forge Gang jackboot hammer. I sprayed my back with webs, scuttled across my bed, hid under there, then re-emerged the other side and ran across the bed again. I got attacked by a spider twice, I shit you not. Alas.
Running through a hose in the summertime at a distance with brothers and sisters who are clothed, it's like a naked child posing. What if it was that? And I was like, you're fucking disgusting. What if it, and they're like, this is just a child, this is natural. You're the one who's thinking disgusting.
I need some solid food.
I'm sure that there are people that have that fucking mentality. There are nudists.
Could somebody throw some solid food down my throat? I'm starving, yeah. I can't eat solid food. Big baby, feed me some baby powder, big baby. Big baby, I need big baby to come baby feed me. Big baby. Big baby, come spoon feed me some baby powder. Big baby, spoon feed me baby powder. Oh, Damio. Big baby Damio, spoon feed me some solid food. Yeah.
Get that I understand totally what some people are saying. But you give people an inch, and 90% fucking weirdos. If you ever met one and talked to one, they're fucking weirdos. Of course they shouldn't be around kids, let alone have posing and shit. The point I'm trying to make is Suit trying to fucking argue that we're the ones that are fucking disgusting pedophilias in the head. I'm saying this motherfucker's sick. This motherfucker is trying to defend that image, and so is Bells. From now on, I'm no longer going to think of these people as trying to defend what? The trolling that we did? That was tiny compared to the motherfucking confrontation of actual information. I wouldn't even be fucking following that fucking creep anymore. Surfer, you're fucking crazy even talk to such a fucking coward. No wonder he's a motherfucking Mormon. You fucking moron. You want me to tear apart an expert at data extraction. I would be fucking dead because I extract data about the fucking cartels when I want to be safe from one point to another by asking certain questions. And I guarantee if you're asking suspicious questions, they're going to murk your fucking ass. I was new at one time and I still needed to know certain things. Sometimes it's ask indirectly and hope they don't fucking catch on. Other times it's make a kinship.
I need a dramatic reading of Edgar Allan Poe. Sure, dude. Edgar Allan Poe. Lovecraftian nightmares. Ouch. Dude, the way that he smiles, bro. Man, that smile. He married his cousin, dude. Oh, dude, he married his first cousin. Samuel Stillman Osgood. Check the DMs, hard man in chief. Oh, dude. Forge gang, Forge is on. Drake's mom and a family advertisement. Dude, is this for real? Dude, is that his real mother? Oh, dude. This can't be real. Oh, they're saying it's real, dude. Oh my goodness, bro. That's his mommy. And this is her in an advertisement. Steve Shelton. What in the world, bro? Home Steve. Put Steve Shelton in the driver's seat to get results. That's why he is a top producer for Remax 100. Steve has experience and expertise to ensure a smooth, safe real estate transaction. Whether you're buying or selling, let Steve Shelton accelerate the progress. He's driven to give his clients the highest quality service in Louisville real estate. Remax is the household word for sold. Remax, above the cloud. When it comes to Louisville real estate, take a pleasure cruise with Steve Sheldon. 4360 Brownsboro Road, Suite 100, Louisville, Kentucky 40207. 502-897-1200, 1-800-438-4218. Let's go! Oh my goodness, dude. What the hell, dog? Oh, dude. Reads like an SI tract. Real low. His old man looks just like him too. Oh, dog. Oh, dude. I wonder what his dad looks like. I'll send some more. What does his dad look like, Rick Perry? Holy freaking man. Annabelle Lee. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know, by the name of Annabelle Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. She was a child, and I was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabelle Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud by night, chilling by Annabelle Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre, in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of a cloud, chilling and killing my Annabelle Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabelle Lee, and the stars never rise but I see the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And so all the night tide I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the side of the sea. by Edgar Allan Poe. Okay, Facebook. Hope you liked that. Maybe I'll read some more poetry. Perhaps I'll read some more poetry. Yeah. I will read some more poetry. Yeah. Hip hop Shelton. Old man Shelton. This is his dad, bro. That's his dad. Damn, bro. His dad looks a little bit chubby. So that's the father of this man here. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, this guy this guy's father, this piece of shit, this piece of fucking garbage, this degenerate piece of shit, this is the old man, this is the man that brought this thing into the world. And this is the cunt. This right here is the cunt that dropped this piece of shit into the world. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. He looks like that celebrity. I can't think of his name. Looks like him, yeah. That's his sister, bro. So, oh yeah, that's his sister and that's his nephew. So that's Drake Shelton's sister and his mulatto nephew. Mulatto nephew. So, this is the nephew of Mr. Drake Alden Shelton. Mr. Superb Anglo-Saxon. Mr. Superior Anglo-Saxon stock. Well, guess what? This kid here is half Saxon and half African. So that means that he's half of the Saxon stock that Mr. Shelton claims to be. The indignity. It's undescribable. The sheer indignation. The sheer fallacy. I am left speechless. Alice Cooper. Man, I bet S.I. hates that. That's his sister's name. I mean, that's his sister's name is Alice Cooper. Man, I bet S.I. hates that. LOL. LOL, LOL. Oh, dude. Imagine a smug, half-black Southern Israelite. Oh, dude, this is crazy. Oh, man, this is crazy, bro. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da. No, the musician Alice Cooper looks like his dad. Oh, my bad, man. It drove him to become a Southern Israelite. he should give in and become a black Hebrew Israelite. Forge gang bros, Forge gang bros, Forge gang always wins. We betting in the hood, Forge gang always wins. Woo! I'm a hard man. Forge gang. Forge gang. We strive on, bros. Forge gang always wins. We just be getting on and in. Forge gang always wins. You know that we always win in the Forge gang. I bet SI is jealous of all the intimacy his sister experienced in her youth. That's racist! Oh, dude. Can mulattoes be allowed into God's kingdom? That depends on their love and acceptance of the gospel. Forge gang, it always wins. Forge gang always wins. You know what we're saying. Forge gang always wins. Da, 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 da. Forge gang always wins. Forge gang always wins. Forge gang always wins.
Listen, fuck. I know you're hitting my fucking channel with alts right now, that you're trying to fish my shit. I've noticed that you steal big channels, over 200k subs. I noticed that because I started trolling your fucking bitch spook ass, that you started using those as the alts to leave comments on your fake Fox News shit. Now whatever the fuck you're doing is like pissing me off. I just don't want to be recommended your stupid fucking shit. So long as I have to go to my fucking YouTube homepage and see Fox News, Pelosi in jail, I'm gonna fucking come after you ruthlessly. Now, if you want to come after me with this petty bullshit of thinking what, I'm gonna click on one of the fucking links? Are you fucking stupid? I mean, if you fished one of my channels, I hope you realize that I would fucking hunt you down to the ends of the earth and I would fucking do things to you that I can't even legally say in this fucking stream. In fact, I can't stand any of what your country, even though I saw something today that the people in your country are very nice. I can't believe you're representing your country like that. I just basically wanted to tell them people to go fuck themselves because of you. And people like you. I'm wondering if you're not fucking contracted by my country to be this spook fuck. Just know, between you and I consider even this to be an act of war. So I hope I don't have to say any more other than I'm already gonna hunt you to the fucking ends of the earth, motherfucker. And if I could ever get within reach of you, I hope you can have a good, vivid imagination for getting on the sick.
Warhammer's channel got the SI scoop. I bet we need SI Sisters Only fans. We need SI Sisters Only fans. I bet it exists. Let us go undercover blackface and shoot our shots. Paparazzi blackface. Blackface paparazzi. Here we go. Feel the adrenaline! Woo! Woo! I feel the the adrenaline. I feel the adrenaline, baby. Let's go. I feel the adrenaline be mesmerizing. I feel the adrenaline. The adrenaline. Melanin and adrenaline to the max. Let's go! I feel the adrenaline. Coffee time. Cigarette time. Mamma mia! Let's go! I bet S.I. is jealous of all the intimacy his sister experienced in her youth. Yeah, I'm sure. Wow. I feel the adrenaline! Forge game! Forge game! What is this?
So in the past, I have had a few guys walk away from the platform. A lot of people just get offended at the platform and just get butthurt and walk away. A lot of it has to do with my views of sex, cussing, anger, things of this nature.
So basically, you have a shitty attitude and people don't want to put up with your crap. 4 sugars for entertainment purposes. Full cream.
And they will say that what they're doing, the decision they're making by leaving my group, is not an intellectual decision. Okay? What they're doing is they're making their conscience the rule of faith. I've clearly shown from the scriptures my position is correct. They know they can't refute my position. They just say, well, I want to go to this Christian church or this Eastern Orthodox church because, I want a fuller experience of Christ. What they're saying is, my conscience is my rule of faith. So, I mean, they can't show me any church document, any church theologian that has dealt with the arguments I've made. So they can't say that their church.
Fat stacks. Shelton Tee-hee platform. Yeah, where is those fat stacks, asshole? Baldy asshole, where's your fat stacks at? Listen to my cool, nonchalant voice. PC. Oh, dude. Shelton and his mulatto mixed biracial nephew. Shelton and his biracial nephew. Lowell. He's so even-tempered. I can tell by his voice. The guy is cuckolded, dude. Shelton is such a cuckold. He's a cuckold, dude. What more needs to be said about it? He was really keeping it together there. I don't think so, dude. He's a nuisance. The guy just needs to have his face smashed in, dude. Period. Fat stacks. The only thing fat is his belly, dude. Fat stacks. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And who's this girl that he's like, who's this woman that he's like supposed to be betrothed? This poor woman that he's allegedly betrothed, dude. She just wants a green card. She just wants a green card with this agent in the Jewish mafia that is engaged in sex trafficking. And how do we know that she's not a victim of sex trafficking, bro? This guy makes his money in sex trafficking and being an asset. Bitch made SI. Bitch made SI. What happened to Joker TV? Joker TV IP2. What happened to Joker TV, bro? Like, he's been gone for 6 months. She does not exist. I don't think so either.
Alright, chat, it's your boy Joker, you heard me. I'm sending a link out to all my homies right now. Everybody wants to join. I got the link, man. I've been through a lot of shit, guys. I'm really hurt right now, and I appreciate everybody that support, that watches my streams, man. I really love you guys. You know, my viewers, really, bro, I got a really fucking awesome dynamic of viewers, and I really love you guys, bro. Like, y'all really be my fucking crutch whenever I need to, you know, vent, talk, you know how I'm saying, bro. Whenever I gotta go through shit, I gotta get shit off my chest. This is where I go. I go to my YouTube. Rather than go fight people, rather than go do stupid shit anymore and go get arrested. Now I'm trying to calm my foot down, bro, but, you know, I'm a fucking caveman, bro. It's fucking hard in this shit. It's fucking people, you know, they think that I'm gonna be like some fucking smart motherfucker, bro. There's 2 things I'm good at. It's fucking hunting and fishing. You feel me? And that's what I like to do. I'm gonna put the link into the chat if anybody wants to join my podcast, the Joker Cast. You know, if this channel doesn't work out, I'll just go to my other channel and we'll stream from the big channel. But I kind of want to get this channel, pop it. You feel me? I kind of want to get this channel some viewers, and everyone is welcome as long as you're just not.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to Joker TV. He kind of just went away, dude. He was really keeping it together there. She does not exist. Oh, you mean his alleged future wife? His alleged fiance? Yeah. Man. I think it's been fun, bros. I'm kind of ready to hit the sack. Did y'all have a good time or not, bro? He was in rehab, allegedly. Oh, that's what happened to Joker? Joker 2 potential release date. Oh, this is the movie, not Joker TV. Yeah, I just wonder what happened to him. He was okay, I guess. I guess he just really got lonely and addicted to drugs, and he was in trouble all the time or something. I don't know. So he was in rehab, allegedly. Oh, okay. Man. Dude, it's been cool, bros. There we go. IP2 is a hard life. Man, it really does sound like it. Wow. Woo! I'm a hard man. Too hard for IP2. It was a great stream. You're welcome, bro. I'll try my best to make more content like this. Kind of got a little bit derailed, but it was fun, bro. Damn. Godspeed later, y'all. Did you guys enjoy the stream and want more content? 80% yes, 20% no, 5 votes. Back to tried and true concepts Warhammer stream. You know, I don't think I'm going to finish those deaths of Dragon Ball characters. I'm kind of tired of that, bro. Try something different. Alright, y'all have a good